The Israelites in Egypt had to work very, very hard, from morning to night. They were not allowed to take a rest or have a holiday. Oh, they really suffered. They cried to God to help them. And God heard their prayers. God wanted to help them to live in freedom and get out of Egypt. That's why God called Moses.
Moses, Moses, God said.
Yes, Lord, Moses answered.
I have seen my people, the Israelites, suffering in Egypt. I have heard their prayers, said the Lord. Now I am sending you back to Egypt to tell Pharaoh to let my people go.
Moses obeyed God. He went to Egypt, and on the way he met his brother Aaron. After they arrived in Egypt, they went to King Pharaoh. Listen, King Pharaoh, they said. God has ordered you to let the Israelites go. They need 3 days to worship the Lord. What? Pharaoh exclaimed. He was very angry. Who is this God? I don't know him. The Israelites will not get a holiday. They have to work for me forever, Pharaoh said. If you do not let them go, God will punish you, Moses and Aaron said boldly. Pharaoh laughed angrily. Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! I will make them work even harder. True, Pharaoh ordered his soldiers to give more work to the Israelites, so they had to work much harder. Therefore they suffered even more. But then God began to punish King Pharaoh. Now the Egyptians had many troubles. Water in the rivers suddenly became blood. They could not drink the water, but still the Israelites were not allowed to go. Therefore God sent more punishment. God sent many frogs, gnats, and flies to disturb the Egyptians. It was horrible, and the Egyptians really suffered, while the Israelites were spared because God protected them. But King Pharaoh still didn't want to let the Israelites go. Then Moses told the Israelites to prepare themselves because God was sending one last plague, and then they would be leaving Egypt. They were to put on their clothes, so they were ready to leave. They also ate a lamb and made bread, but it was without leaven, because it had to be done quickly. The blood of the lamb they had to put on their doorposts of their houses. So the Israelites did all that God had told them to do. When the angel of the Lord came at night, he passed over the houses that he saw blood on the door. But in the houses of the Egyptians, the eldest son had to die. When this happened, Pharaoh at last gave up. All the Israelites must get out of here, he exclaimed. Quick, quick, go away, said the Egyptian neighbors. The Israelites hurriedly packed their belongings. God told them to ask their neighbors for gold, silver, and clothes. Now the Israelites were ready to go.
Praise the Lord! Praise the Lord!
They shouted joyfully.
The Lord has helped us!
At once they left Egypt. Fathers, mothers, and children went. No one was left behind. They walked out of Egypt, led by Moses and Aaron. It was a very big group of people. While they were walking, they sang, dancing, and playing musical instruments. It was a long time since they had done this because of hard work they had to do. Praise the Lord, who has set us free from Egypt, they said gladly.